This week on I Watched This as an Adult movie reviews, I take the unexpected journey into reality shows. Join me as I review Love is Blind Season 3. And I also review the 1991 dark comedy, The Addams Family. All that and more on I Watched This as an Adult movie reviews.
Hey there, I'm Jim.
And I'm Matt.
I'm Dusty.
From Dad's Doing Nerd Shit.
A podcast on the Fandom Limb Media Network.
We talk about all kinds of nerdy stuff.
From Dungeons and Dragons to the MCU.
From video games to semi-current space news.
And anything else that catches our attention.
New episodes go live every Monday morning on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
We can also be found on Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter.
So roll the dice and join us as we discuss the things we love and the culture around being a nerd.
It's scary, but I'm here because I'm looking for a husband.
It's been one of the hardest things dating as an adult. Am I really gonna meet my wife in the grocery store?
I've done a lot of this life alone, and I just don't want to do it alone anymore. Pods are open!
I'm very confident in who I am, and I deserve someone who understands that.
I grew up without heat and AC.
I definitely don't want my quality of living to suffer.
This is crazy that I felt comfortable enough saying that story. I can't believe I just did.
You're 25? Are you serious?
How are you here? How did I meet you in here?
Will you marry me?
Will you marry me?
Will you marry me?
What the fuck?
We're engaged!
I haven't connected the person in the pod with the person I'm looking at.
There are so many unanswered questions.
You're lying. You're trying to be somebody else and you're not.
He loves, but he runs. He gets scared.
Do you think I should have any reservations?
Are you kidding me? We should just swap fiancés.
I'm having feelings for multiple women right now.
She's not the girl we see you with. The person that I love doesn't love me.
Tell me how to stay, because I'm out.
Cheers to the rest of our lives.
Is love
Oh my God.
truly blind?
Hello, and welcome to episode 123 of I Watched This as an Adult movie reviews. I'm your host, Mikkel Ford, and we got a lot of fun things in the can today. We got a lot of fun things to pull out of the archives today, you might say. At the top of the hour, you heard, I am going into uncharted territory on this podcast. Something I'm trying to think if I've ever done a reality show on this podcast. You know, I don't remember ever doing a reality show on this podcast. I try to steer clear from reality shows because I mostly talk about scripted series. If I do talk about television, I'm talking about scripted series, or I'm talking about a new movie that came out. Like last week I talked about Black Adam. Go check out my Vampire in Brooklyn review to hear what I thought about Black Adam. Also, follow me on Twitter before Elon Musk takes my Twitter away and puts me in the Negaverse. I don't know. What's my boy name? The guy that does Facebook. I almost called him Rosenberg. Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg has the Metaverse. I think Elon Musk is gonna have the Negaverse. So go join me on Twitter at WatchPod. It's popping over there on my Twitter. It's really popping over there on my Twitter. I'll put a poll out there because I'm talking about a reality show right now, and I wanted to know if you guys, depending on what happens here, if you guys want to hear about that more frequently, because I know reality shows are big, I know reality shows are a big commodity. They're big business. I look at YouTube, and a lot of the videos that do very well are reality show podcasts and reality show videos. I know a lot of those do well. So I'm just trying to see if you guys want me, depending on what happens here, we're gonna see if I can tread these reality show waters really well, because like I said, I'm not gonna say, because everybody watches reality television. I don't care who you are, everybody watches reality television. I was about to say, I'm not a big reality TV type of guy, because there's people that say I don't watch reality TV, but like if you watch like Mythbusters, or you watch America's Most Wanted or some shit like that, you're watching reality TV. You know, you're watching reality TV. You watch true crime shows. You watch like Snapped or some shit like that. You're watching reality television. Hate to say it, you watch reality TV. Anything that has to deal with real people in a real setting situation, you watch reality television. Okay, so nobody is sacred to say that they've never watched reality TV, because like I said, I'm not a big fan of reality TV. I've watched some reality shows in the past. You know, I've watched shows like the show that I'm watching right here in the past. You know, I'm not big enough to say, I'm not above anybody to say, yeah, I've watched dating reality shows. You know, dating reality shows are not even new. You know, like a lot of people think like this shit is new, but like dating reality shows have been around since the 90s. You know, Blind Date. Does anybody remember Blind Date? If you're old enough to remember that show, Blind Date. If you're old enough to remember The Fifth Wheel. If you're old enough to remember Eliminate or something like that. Those are dating reality shows. Like, so dating reality shows have been around since at least the late 90s. You know, and then you had dating game shows like The Love Connection. You had Singled Out, which was one of my favorites. I used to love watching Singled Out as a teenager, as a kid. I wasn't really a teenager. Singled Out came on I was like a preteen. I was like 10, 11 years old. You know, watching Singled Out on MTV. I used to watch that show. That's where Jenny McCarthy came from. Carmen. I think Carmen Electra was on Singled Out too. I think that's where she came from as well, because Jenny McCarthy left. And then you got Carmen Electra as a replacement, I believe. But and also Chris Hardwick. Chris Hardwick came from Singled Out. He was the host of Singled Out, Chris Hardwick. So the guy from Nerdist and Talking Dead, you know. That's how he got his start. He got his start as a dating game show host. He had a whole bunch of shows. Like, there was this other show that used to come on, I think USA, called Studs. You had that too. So dating reality shows have been around forever. Like I said, The Love Connection started in the 80s. The dating game, it goes further than that. You had the dating game. The dating game started in like the 1960s. So, you know, so dating reality shows go way back. So this ain't nothing new, and I'm not above them. You know, I love watching people fall in love. I love watching people fuck up love. You know, like, we all love that shit. Come on, let's not be too high and mighty to say we don't like to see people crash and burn. You know, but let's get into the show. I'm reviewing. I am reviewing Love is Blind Season 3. I did not see Love is Blind Season 1 or Love is Blind Season 2. I am going to go back and watch those two seasons, because this season piqued my interest. And like, that's the thing about reality shows, man. Like, you go into a reality show like, what these stupid people doing? And then you start you start getting invested, man. They pull you the fuck in, bro. They pull you in. And this show pulled me in. I tried to be pedestrian about this shit. I really tried to be pedestrian as fuck. And be like, man, I ain't gonna watch this. I'm probably gonna watch like 3 episodes. I'm probably gonna watch 2 episodes. I'm probably gonna watch 2 episodes and call it a day. You know, like I stayed up till 2 a.m. watching Love Is Blind. You know, I stayed up till 2 a.m. on a Saturday watching Love Is Blind because I watched episodes 1 through 4. Because I think I started watching it at I started watching Love Is Blind at like 9 p.m. I started watching it at like 9 p.m. And then like I just kept watching it. I watched like 4 episodes. I think I stayed up till like at least like 2 p.m. Not 2 p.m. like 2 a.m. 1 a.m. I probably went to bed at like it was between that. It was single digit night hours. You know, I stayed up past midnight. I know that watching fucking Love Is Blind. Like it's crazy. Cause I was like, ooh, what's gonna happen next? You know. So I'm gonna go back and watch season 1 and season 2 probably after I'm finished editing this podcast, putting this podcast up, and doing all the stuff I gotta do for this podcast. You know, like I'm probably gonna jump right in to season 1 of Love Is Blind. I'll watch as much as I can tonight. I don't know, and I got shit to do tomorrow, so like can't waste my time tomorrow. The rest of my week is really fucking busy, so can't waste the rest of my week watching Love Is Blind. So you know, so I got shit to do. But anyway, but yeah, this show, like I said, this show pulled me in. There's only 7 episodes. I think altogether there's like 12. Altogether there's 12 episodes. Episode 8 through 12, I think they're saving. They like those episodes will premiere in a couple days actually. I believe I think in like 2 days, like those episodes premiere. So I'm probably gonna finish season 3 of Love Is Blind. So like scratch all that shit I said. I'm gonna finish season 3 and then go back to season 1. You know, so just to get a feel on what the other 2 seasons were like, because I need to know. I really need to fucking know, because like this is a show that I've avoided for a couple years now, because I think this show might have started like 2-3 years ago, 2019, 2020. I've seen like clips for it. Everybody's like, "Oh, Love Is Blind, Love Is Blind, Love Is Blind." It was like one of the biggest things. It was like one of the biggest things on Netflix, and I kept trying to avoid it because I thought I was too good for reality television. I tried to be that guy. I'm like, oh, I don't watch that bullshit. Even though I know I watch 90 Day Fiance. You know, clips though. I don't watch like the whole show. I know I watch clips of 90 Day Fiance, and I fucking love that shit. I know I watch Love After Lockup. I love fucking Love After Lockup. You know, I've never talked about that shit on here, but I love those fucking shows. And like, I watched those fucking shows. I watched The Ultimatum. You know, like I watched like a season of that. I think there's, I don't know how many seasons of that there is, but I watched the season of The Ultimatum. You know, I'm like, why am I trying to be like edgelord guy? You know, like I'm trying to be nerdy edgelord guy. And like, I am above watching those dummies embarrass themselves on television. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm just like everybody else. I love watching people embarrass themselves on fucking TV. It's just the reptilian brain in us to sit there and watch people look stupid. You know, it's just in us. But anyway, let's get into the show. I've rambled on for too long. Let's get into the show. So like the premise of the show, for those that don't know, the premise of the show is you get like a bunch of guys and you get like a bunch of girls. You put them in separate houses, I think. If they can put them in separate houses, and then what happens is there are these pods. They look like the pods from like She-Hulk, you know, like where they kept Abomination, you know. They look like that. They look like that pod. They look like the thing that they kept Loki in the Avengers. They look like that. And what happens is you sit in the pod, and like there's a wall between you and the other person you're talking to, and you're supposed to get to know each other by just talking. You don't know what the other person looks like, hence the title Love is Blind, which I'm going to talk about that title in a minute because I think that title's bullshit. But anyway, so they don't know each other. They've never seen each other a day in their life, and all they got to do is just get to know each other by talking. And at the end, the person that they connect with the most, the guy gets on one knee and proposes to the girl, and then they're engaged and they got to get married in like 5 weeks. You know, so they got 5 weeks to get to know each other in person to see if they're compatible or not. So that's the whole premise of Love is Blind. Like I said, I don't like that title because it's bullshit. Love is Blind is like, that title is a bunch of shit because everybody on this fucking show is good looking. Everybody on this show is goddamn good looking. They're at least decent looking. They range from like perfect 10s. And I'm even talking about the guys too. Like, I'm a heterosexual man. Okay, I'm a heterosexual man, and like I was like, I'm just looking at these guys. I was like, I'll never look like that, you know. And I don't think I'm a bad looking dude. I think I'm a good looking cat. But I would never look like that. I would probably be on Love is Blind. Honestly, like I would probably fit. Because I'm like, in the face, I'm a decent looking dude. You know, I'm not gonna shit on myself. You know, like I'm a decent looking cat in the face. But it's just the body I gotta work on. Like I gotta get back in shape. If I get back in shape, oh shit. You know, I'm fucking it up. But anyway, you know, like it's like everybody get out of the way. Here come your boy. But anyway, but yeah, like all these people are like, they're at least 8s. You know, I range from a scale from 8 to 10. And people they're supposed to say Love is Blind. Bullshit. Cause if they really wanted to get a lot of good TV, out of these people, they would have put like some paraplegic people in here. They could have put like some people with maybe some birth defects, like maybe like them missing an arm or they missing a leg or an eye patch. They ain't got no, because like I said, like that. Let's really do it, because like I said, there's no paraplegics on this show. There's nobody missing an eye that's got an eye patch on. There's no deaf people on the. I guess that wouldn't make any sense, because like you gotta learn each other from talking, and if you can't talk, that defeats the purpose of the fucking show. But anyway, like I said, like there's no people in wheelchairs, there's no people that lost limbs, there's no burn victims, there's no fat people. Where are the fat people? There's a plus size girl on the show. Her name is Alexa, which I'll get to Alexa later, because like she becomes a main character on the show. I'm gonna because like out of all these people, I think there's probably like in total like 24 people. I think it was probably like 12 dudes and 12 girls in total. But like I think only like 5 of them go, like there's like 5 guys and 5 girls. And like that's it. Like those are like the ones that they focus on the most, and like those are the ones that go on to real life and learn about their future spouse. They're going to learn about their future spouse. And But like, what the fuck was I talking about? I already lost my train of thought. God damn it. But I lost my goddamn train of thought. But I was talking about Alexa. I was talking about Alexa. I was like, she's the big girl on the show, but she ain't even that big. You know, she ain't even that big. And I love a big woman. I love me a big woman. But I'm like, and Alexa be my type. She would. I'm like, I like them like her. But she ain't even that big. She like plus size. She like a plus size model. She like Ashley Graham big. You know, she Ashley Graham big. You know, she ain't Shirley from What's Happening big. You know, she ain't that type of big. You know, like I said, she Ashley Graham big. If anybody doesn't know who Ashley Graham is, look her up. She's a plus size model. She was actually in like Sports Illustrated and a lot of shit, but a lot of other stuff. But she looks like Ashley Graham. That's what the fuck she looks like. Like there ain't no fat niggas on the show. Like not one fat motherfucker on the goddamn show. There ain't one fat dude on the show. All these dudes, they either like skinny, like they either got the skinny athletic body, or they got the big buff wrestler, I lift weights 24/7 steroid body. You know. It's like there ain't nobody on this show that's a fat dude. There ain't like no dude on here that's like 300 pounds and no shit like that. Either like they kind of like the wiry, like kind of like emo kid, skinny. You got a couple of you know, like regular body dudes. You know, because like one of the regular body dudes goes on to find somebody. He does that, but like he ain't fat, cause like he ain't fat and he ain't skinny. He just in the middle. You know, he just in the fucking middle. He kind of burly. You know, like he got like one of those like Robert Mitchum barrel chests. You know, so he like one of them motherfuckers. You know, and he looks like Jim Henson in the face. He looks like a young Jim Henson. That guy. But like he's probably the most normal looking fucking dude on the show is that guy. But everybody like they like got the wiry emo kid body, or like they got like the athletic body with kind of like I'm skinny but I have abs, or they're like fucking Hulk the fuck out. You know, those are the only body types for men. There ain't no dude on there that look like fucking James Gandolfini. You know, there ain't no dude on there that looks like that. There ain't no dude on there that looks like fucking Pavarotti. You know, some shit like that. Like there ain't no dude on there that look like I'm trying to think of more fat famous people. I'm trying to think of more fat famous men. You know, like, and like same with the women. She don't like I said, like this Alexa chick, she a plus size model. There ain't like no obese women on this show. There ain't no chick that look like Roseanne season 1. You know, so like, you know, there ain't no chick on here that look like Roseanne Barr or no shit like that. Cause I'm like, that's the real test. That's the real fucking test right there. Can you love a motherfucker that looks like that? You know, can you love a motherfucker that looks like that by just learning their personality, learning what they going through, and learning their speech? You know, like learning how they talk and all this shit. You know, can you love a person based on their voice and based on what they tell you and based on their personality? Because that's supposed to be the show. But it's not the show because everybody's fucking good looking on the show. You know, so it kind of like I said, it kind of defeats the purpose of the show because everybody's so goddamn good looking. You know, it defeats the purpose. Because like I said, like if like a woman was like, oh my god, if it was like a smoking hot chick, she's like, oh my god, I love you. You know, like I love your personality. I love everything. And then the guy gets on his knee and say, will you marry me? And she says yes. And then she walks out. Cause like they gotta walk out and meet each other after the guy proposes. And if he walks out and he looks like fucking Tony Soprano, you know, he walks out there looking like Vincent D'Onofrio is the kingpin. You know, You know, if he walks out there looking like that, what's she gonna do? Like, what the fuck is she gonna do? Is she gonna be like, oh shit, fuck nah, you know, like, you know? But I'm like, that would be they should do that for the next season. They should really do that. They should really go far with Love is Blind, because I want to see how fucked up and how shallow fucking people really are. I really do. I mean, and what if it's like a fat dude and he proposes to the fat girl and they both walk out and they're like, you know, and they both go, you know, like, and they're just like, I don't like you. And I'm like, I don't like you, you know, like, I'm like, but y'all both fat. What the fuck, you know? I'm like, put a challenge. Make this shit a challenge. But anyway, let's talk about the people that we do have on the show. We don't, like I said, we don't follow a lot of them. There's a couple that we follow for a little bit and then they fucking go away. Like there's this flight. There's a couple of flight attendants on the show. But like this is like black chick. She's a flight attendant. Her name was Sharita. I think that was her name, Sharita. We don't see her for long. I think we only see her in one fucking episode, and she's gone. And she's already throwing out she wants guys to fucking eat her pussy and shit like that. I'm like, whoa, you going too far. This is the first time I'm fucking listening to you. This is the first time we met. And you already talking about getting your pussy ate, you know. But you know, so you know, like, calm down, sweetheart. Calm the fuck down. But yeah, we don't see her. But like I said, there's a black dude on the show. That's cause like there's a couple of black guys on the show, but like there's like two that they only focus on. But like there's another black guy on the show. You just see his face and they don't talk to him at all. You know, he's like a bald guy. He's like another one of like those hulking, like Incredible Hulk looking motherfuckers. Like he's like a real buff nigga. And he don't say nothing. They just put the camera on him. And I think one time they just put the camera on him and he was sleeping. I was like, we ain't gonna get to know this dude. We ain't gonna find out nothing about this dude. We don't see this dude in the pod talking to no girls. He don't do shit. There's this other chick, who I thought was really pretty. Her name was Kim. I think she's a school teacher. Really pretty, like, red bone girl. She's kind of like the caramel. She got that good caramel color to her. You know, like she got that sunny blonde. She got that like honey blonde hair. Really, really pretty girl. And nobody talks to her. You know, like nobody talks to her. She's there consoling one of the other girls. I think it's one of the girls that actually gets picked. She there consoling one of the girls because I think she got rejected, and like she's there consoling her. But we don't see her interact with anybody. We don't see her in the pod talking to nobody. Like I said, like she's there in that episode, and I think she comes like later when like everybody has like a reunion. You know, she comes then, like when everybody like went like, oh, it's the cast. Oh, everybody that didn't get picked is back, and like let's go hang out and shit like that or something like that. But which I think they did that for mess. They really did that. They was like Netflix was really trying to be messy. The producers of this show was really trying to be messy because one of the guys that didn't get picked had a connection with one of the girls that did get picked. You know, and I think they wanted to stir some shit. But I'll get to that guy later because he's a real interesting character. Really fucking interesting dude. But yeah, like I said, like we don't see Kim. And I saw Kim. I'm like, oh my god, she is really fucking pretty. I was like, you know, I was like, nobody want her. I'll take her. I'll fucking take her. Shit. You know, I'll take the shit out. She was kind of another kind of plus size, modelish looking girl. She was a little bit on the bigger side, you know. But like I said, she kind of like Alexa body type, where like she big but she ain't that big, you know. Like she just voluptuous. That's what I would say. She's voluptuous. You know, like really pretty girl. I was like, if nobody wants her, I'll take her ass. Shit. I'm like, I'll fucking take the shit out of her. But anyway, and she looks nice. She looks nice and calm and sweet. You know, like I like that. You know, I like that. Kim, if you're listening, call me. But anyway, you know, I'm fucking around. But I'm fucking around. But anyway, yeah. Let's talk about the main people that got picked. Cause like there's like 5 guys that proposed and 5 girls that got picked. The main characters, you got this white cowboy dude named Brennan. I call him Quiet Boy because he don't say shit. You know, like, the motherfucker don't say a goddamn thing. He don't talk. He real quiet and real mysterious. You know, like real fucking mysterious. I don't know about him, but like this, we'll get to him later. Then we got Then we got Matt. Like I said, Jim Henson face. We got Jim Henson face over here, Matt. Then we got SK, who's like a Nigerian dude. Then we got Cole, who's kind of like this wiry, off the rails. He's kind of like a guy. He's like a kid that's had too much sugar. You know, like he's got a Robin Williams. He's got a Robin Williams thing to him. You know, like he's very animated, very all over the place. He's like a fucking cartoon character. You got that guy. And then you got Bartiz. Bartiz is an asshole. Bartiz, he's got like this, cause like he got this like flat top. He looked like old dude from Fall from Grace. Mehcad Brooks. He looked like Mehcad Brooks from Fall from Grace. With the flat top and shit. He looked like that dude. That's who he remind me of. He remind me of Mehcad Brooks in Fall from Grace. He remind me of that motherfucker. But like you got that guy, he's a fucking asshole, man. And then I'm gonna talk about him a little bit later. And then you got the 5 girls that got picked. You got Alexa, who I talked about, big beautiful queen. You know, like we got her. We got this other girl named Zainab, who I think she's like Iranian or something. Then we got Colleen. We got Colleen. She's just like a little white girl. She's a little white girl. She's like a little she a ballerina or some shit, and she'll tell you every chance she fucking gets that she's a goddamn ballerina. Then we got Nancy. I like Nancy. She's sweet. And then we got Raven. Ooh, Raven is an asshole. Let me stop. I'm gonna get to all this shit. But anyway, the people that got picked, I'm gonna speed this up. Let me speed this up. I don't spend too much time on this shit. So so Raven and SK get together. That's the Nigerian dude and the other girl. I said she was kind of a douche. Like she's like just like little light skin. I found out she was from New Orleans. I was like, she don't sound like she's from New Orleans. You know, like, cause I'm from New Orleans. But like also people don't think I'm from New Orleans. I think people like, cause like every time people ask where I'm from, and I say I'm from New Orleans, they like, get out of here. You know, I think they think, cause like they think I'm from like the East Coast. You know, like they think I'm like from like fucking New York or like Boston or some shit. I think, you know, like, because like those are the 2 places I get, and everybody thinks I'm from. They think I'm from New York or they think I'm from Boston. You know, they never think New Orleans. You know, but I'm from New Orleans, and like that girl, she didn't give off New Orleans vibe. I thought she was like from like California. I thought she was from like the West Coast. I thought she was like from like California or Nevada. She seems like a Vegas girl. Like I thought she was from like Las Vegas, but She's from New Orleans. So, but she's a pretty girl. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, Raven, super cute, super pretty girl. She got an ass that's out of this world. My God. Every time she was on screen and they showed her ass, I was like, God damn. You know, but yeah, she's not the best person personality wise though. I'm gonna get to all that shit. But she shows she and SK got together, the Nigerian dude who's kind of nerdy. He's kind of a nerdy dude. Then it was Alexa and Brennan. Alexa and Brennan got together. Colleen and Matt. Zeneb and Cole. And Nancy and Bartice got together. And none of these couples make any fucking sense. You know? I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me talk about the dude that I want to talk about first before I get into all these goddamn couples. There's this Asian dude on the show. Named Andrew. And Andrew was getting really cozy with Nancy. Like I said, I like Nancy. Out of all the girls, I want to say Nancy's my favorite, personality-wise. Cute girl. She's a pretty girl too. She's a pretty girl, but personality-wise, she's just so bubbly and cute. You know, so like she's all bubbly and shit. So like I like her. I like Nancy. Personality-wise, I like Nancy. But she was getting close to Andrew, the Asian guy. And Andrew gives off really red pill incel serial killer vibes. Like he gives off fucking like Andrew Tate, fucking worse than Andrew Tate. He gives off fucking Patrick Bateman from American Psycho vibes. You know? Because like all he does is talk about the things he's done. He doesn't give any real insight to who he is, you know. And everything he does is very cold and very calculating. You know, like he doesn't open up. He doesn't open up. And there's something that he does on the show that makes people think this dude is a fucking psycho. So he doesn't get picked. Cause I think he was really into Nancy. And Nancy didn't pick him. Cause like he got on one knee and he proposed to Nancy and Nancy said no. She ended up with Bartice. Bart Simpson head. She ended up with Bart Simpson head. You know, she ended up with him. And also, and this dude gets on the camera after he gets rejected, and he's like, "Are we rolling? Are we rolling?" And he's like, and he takes what's that shit called? The shit you put in your eyes. He takes eye drops. And he puts them in his eyes to try and cry. And I was like, this nigga is a sociopath. He is fucking crazy. I like, Andrew is the type of dude that'll be like, hey man, you be walking down the street, be like, hey man, I know a shortcut. Let's go down here. And you go down the alley and you walking in front of him and he's got like the goddamn fucking piano wire. You know, like the wire that's in the piano. He's got that shit and he just wraps it around your neck. And he's just like, don't fight it, buddy. Don't fight it. Hey, come on, embrace it. Embrace the sleep. Embrace it. You know, like that's Andrew. That's what Andrew reminds me of. But yeah, man, he didn't get picked. But let's get to these couples and how none of them fucking match. Especially SK and Raven. You know, SK and Raven have no chemistry. And I hate that for SK because he's such a fucking nice dude. You know, he's such a nice dude. You know, like he's nerdy. he's not like nerdy in like the Comic-Con nerd type of way, you know, like how you guys. He's not like, he's not Steve Urkel nerdy. He's like, you know, I'm smart. I like computers, but I'm also kind of swole too, you know, like, cause like dude goes to the gym and shit, you know, like, cause I say everybody on here is fucking good looking. So, you know, but SK is, he's kind of bland, you know, like he's kind of bland. It's kind of like watching fucking paint dry. Nice dude. I'd hang out with him. I'd drink a fucking Hawaiian punch with the guy and hang out with him, and we could play fucking basketball or some shit. I don't know what the fuck. But, you know, it was like, if he called me like, hey, man, you want to go shoot some hoops in the park? I'm like, yeah, I'm there. You know, like, I'd do that with him. He seems like that type of dude. He seems like a cool guy to hang out with. But, to do that. But, he seems like a guy that gives advice. But, kind of simpish. Cause he's simping for Raven hard. Cause what I get from their relationship is this dude has been a nerd all his life. And he's not used to getting the good looking girl. And he finally got the good looking girl. And he's doing everything he can to keep her. And what I get from Raven is Raven just trying to be a hoe. I'm like, not trying to be a hoe. She's tired of being a hoe. I say trying to be a hoe. Sorry. She's just tired of being a hoe. Raven's tired of being a hoe. I get tired of being a hoe vibes from Raven, and I get nerd that wants a baddie vibes from SK. You know, nice guy. Like I said, that doesn't take away from his niceness, but he got an agenda too. Everybody got an agenda on this goddamn show. You know, like, he got a fucking agenda. That's what I get from them. Like, she wanna be saved, and SK is saving her. SK is Captain Save-A-Ho. that's SK. You got Alexa and Brennan. Like, we don't know enough about Brennan to even judge Brennan. Like I said, that motherfucker's too goddamn quiet. You know, he too goddamn quiet. His mom kind of alluded, cause like they got like the thing when they meet the parents. His mom kind of alluded to the fact that he may flake out on Alexa, cause she said that he has the tendency to run when things get tough. So if anything, if it gets tough, he's probably going to leave. He's probably going to run, you know, so that's a thing that Alexa probably has to look out for with Brennan. That's a red flag for her. What else we got? Let's get the Cole and Nazib or whatever. I forgot her fucking name. It's Nazib or Nazab or whatever the fuck her name is. I forgot her name. But they don't fit at all either, because she's a fucking straight-laced ball buster. And Cole, like I said, very childlike, very whimsical. I don't know why people hate him. You know, like, a lot of people that watch this show, I've watched like other people do reviews on this show, and I've seen like a lot of people do comments, and like they all say they don't like Cole. Cole does say some fucked up shit towards the end. Well, I was like, damn, dude, why you gotta say that? I was rooting for you. But, you know, I was rooting for you, and you gotta go and say some fucked up shit like that, bro. You know, like, yeah, like Cole, I'm probably gonna run, because like I said, people don't like this motherfucker. Like, a lot of women don't like this motherfucker. This is probably gonna be pussy repellent for the rest of my goddamn life. Like, it's probably gonna be woman repellent for the rest of my goddamn life. But I see a lot of myself in Cole. I'm sorry, you know, I'm sorry, I'm very like that. I'm very childlike, I'm very whimsical. You know, I'm very high strung, very like Robin Williams energy when you get to know me. You know, I'm not like that out the gate though. Like, Cole is not like that out the fucking gate. You know, like, he just walks around, hey everybody, hey. I'm not like that out the gate. I'm kind of quiet at first, but once you get to know me, I'm very lively, you might say. I'm very fucking lively. But yeah, they don't fit at all either. Like I said, she's starting to get, like, Nazeeb is starting to get tired of Cold's childlike, whimsical manner, you know, because he's a grown ass man acting like that, you know, which I can see that, because I can see women get tired of me with that shit sometimes, you know. So they're like, I be getting to know a woman and they be like, ooh, and then like they get to know me and they're like, God damn, this motherfucker is all over the place. He's wild, you know. They like, you know, and then they don't want to be around me no more, you know. So lucky I'm lucky I got married, which, well, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that shit in a update video. I don't know what the fuck. Cause I don't even know why I want to talk about it here. Cause like I don't want to ruin the review. But anyway, yeah. Those guys don't fit. Then we got Colleen and Matt. Colleen and Matt are a couple under circumstance. You know? They're only a couple because nobody else wanted them. You know? Nobody wanted Colleen and nobody wanted Matt. You know? And so they were like, hey, let's get with each other. You know? That's basically what it was. You know? And even Matt was like, I'm tired of being alone. I'm tired of being by myself. You know? He's just like, fuck it, will you marry me? You know. And she's like, nobody wants me. I've been rejected like 15 times since I've been here. So yeah, I'll marry you. You know. So, couple under fucking circumstances. Matt got some problems though. Matt is hurt, bae, because like he got cheated on. His girl had a fucking baby with another dude. You know. She had a baby with another dude, and that kind of hurt him, and that dude needs to get some fucking help. You know, he's a cool dude, though. Seems like I say, man seems like a nice guy. But just that, he's hurt. And, like, he starts kind of lashing out at Colleen for the hurt that this other woman put on him. You know? And like this, cause like his favorite thing to say is played. Cause every time like Colleen do something, he's like, I'm tired. You ain't gonna play me. I'm tired of getting played. I've been played before. And he just like, you know, like, that's Matt. Like I say, seems like a super cool dude when you're not in a relationship with him. But you know, like, but he gotta get over that shit. He needs some healing. He should have never came on this show. Like he needs to heal himself. I'm speaking from experience. Like, he needs to heal himself before he even like look for another relationship. He need to heal. And then we got Nancy and Bartice. Like I say, Bartice is a fucking douchebag. Bartice is asshole. I thought he was gonna be like Cole, where he's just like, oh, he's very childlike and whimsical. But no, this dude's a fucking asshole. He is a douche bag. And Nancy don't deserve that shit. Nancy's a sweet girl. But Nancy got brothers that'll fuck him up though, I know. You know, cause he went to go meet her brothers. She got a brother named Steve. You know, and Steve and Nancy is of the Latinos, is of the Latinas persuasion. You know, and Steve, it look like he don't fuck around. You know, like both her brothers look like cholos. You know, they look like motherfuckers. They look like they used to do time with the MS-13s, and they look like they don't fuck around, you know. And like Bartice hurt Nancy, Bartice gonna end up chopped up in the back of a fucking Camaro somewhere, you know. So like, if he hurt Nancy, you know, Steve look like he don't fuck around, cause Steve was looking at Bartice with murder in his eyes, bro. You know, like, he looking at him like, if you fuck over my sister, I'll fucking kill you. You know, like, he was looking like that. But yeah, man, like this show is wild. This show is fucking wild. Like I said, the rest of the season continues. The rest of the season continues in a couple days, actually. So I'll probably watch the rest of the couple seasons. Probably watch the rest of the couple seasons. Well, probably watch the rest. Excuse me, I'm tongue tied. Of the season. And then do like maybe a part 2 of this next week. If you guys, let me know. Let me know if you guys like this with a 5-star on Apple Podcast. If you like this, and put it in the comments. If you say, hey, I like that Love is Blind review, I want more of that. You can also send me a message on Twitter at WatchPod. Send me a message on Twitter. See if you want to hear part 2 of the episode of Love is Blind. Send me a message on Twitter before Elon Musk sends me to the Negaverse. So and I am never seen again. I don't know. But yeah, man, that's pretty much the show. That's pretty much nothing to it. Like I just told you, like the personalities of these people, and you can watch the show for yourself if you want to learn more. That's pretty much it. I'll be back with my review of the Addams Family right after these messages.
When we first met years ago, it was an evening much like this. Magic in the air. A boy.
A girl.
An open grave.
You were so beautiful. Pale and mysterious. No one even looked at the corpse.
Miss! Wednesday, play with your food.
Is this made from real lemons? Yes. I'll buy a cup if you buy a box of my delicious Girl Scout cookies. Are they made from real Girl Scouts?
Thing, you're a handful. I've done this before.
This holiday season, they'll make you feel right at home.
Last night, you were like some desperate howling demon. You frightened me. Do it again.
The Addams Family. Sorry, but you'll have to wait until November 22nd.
The Addams Family from 1991. Let's jump right into this. Let's talk about the technical. This is the directorial debut of Barry Sonnenfeld. I did not know that this was Barry Sonnenfeld's first movie. Barry Sonnenfeld directed all the Men in Black movies. Trying to think of something else he directed. He directed some more shit too, and I forgot what it was. Did he direct Cat in the Hat? I think he directed Cat in the Hat, the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat. I think Barry Sonnenfeld did that too. I didn't really, but like most famously, he did the Men in Black movies. The screenplay was written by Carolyn Thompson and Larry Wilson. The budget for the movie was $30 million. It grossed $191.5 million at the box office. I'd say that's a hit. The film has an approval rating of 66% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is decent. That's decent. That's a decent thing. I'm, like I said, done fighting with Rotten Tomatoes. They want to rate what they want to rate. It's cool. But anyway, let's talk about how I saw Addams Family as a kid. Addams Family is pretty much just another movie that I just randomly saw on television. You slipping through. I think I saw it on HBO. You just flipping through the channels. Did I see it on HBO? I probably saw it on HBO, but also, there was a time, and I don't know how this happened, but there was a time around this time, around like 1991, 1992-ish, where we had free pay-per-view. I don't know how that happened. Don't ask me how that happened. I don't know. But there was a time where I would come home from school and pay-per-view would be on. I don't know, because I'm thinking about even other movies that I've reviewed on this podcast. I'm thinking about how I saw them the first time, and I'm like, yo, I think I saw them on free pay-per-view. Mo Money. I remember we watched the Mo Money. That came from free pay-per-view. And I also remember watching Three Ninjas on free pay-per-view. There's a couple of other movies which I'm probably going to review on this podcast that I saw them on pay-per-view for free. I don't know how that happened. I think probably The Addams Family is one of those fucking movies. God damn it. You know, I say I saw it on HBO. I think I probably saw this shit on pay-per-view. I like randomly saw, because you know pay-per-view, back in the day in the 90s, they used to show like the same movie, like back to back to back. You know, like just back to back to back. Because you had to buy it. You know, like, you had to buy it because like it would hit pay-per-view. I don't even know. I haven't had cable. I haven't had cable since like 2011. So, you know, like I got rid of my cable when I moved to Houston. You know, like we cut the cable off, moved to Houston, and we were just like, what's the point of having cable? The internet's here, you know, like, so I just watch shit on streaming services, or and I watch like a lot of YouTube. You know, that's what I do. So like that's how I get my TV. That's how I get my entertainment. But so like I don't even know if pay-per-view even does that anymore. I don't even know if they show movies back to back to back, like the same movie. Because like I saw like Three Ninjas like 15 times, you know, on free pay-per-view. You know, I wore that movie the fuck out. And I think I did that with the Addams Family. I think I saw the Addams Family like about like 15, 16 times on pay-per-view. Cause like I remember that shit, and this is around that time. This movie came out in 1991, and around that time, like around 1991, 1992, we were getting free pay-per-view. And this is one of those movies. So I think I saw this movie on free pay-per-view. I think that's how I saw it. I remember not really caring for it as a kid, even though I watched it a bunch of times because, like, hey, it's free pay-per-view. Get the most out of what you can, you know. So, because like I said, there wasn't really much of this movie that caught my attention. You know, I mean, there's probably like one thing in this movie. Like, we'll talk about that a little bit later in the episode. But, you know, like, there's not a lot that caught my attention. And the thing, and I say one thing, it was like one person that caught my attention. You know, and like I said, we're going to talk about this person later. But let's see how I feel about this movie as an adult. Because I'm watching this movie for Halloween, right? Like, this is Halloween movie. This is Halloween month. It's Halloween month. I talk about scary movies, or the theme for this month was all horror comedies. That's why I was watching all these horror comedy films. You know, I was watching Vampire in Brooklyn, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What's the other one I did? Idle Hands. You know, like, so I'm doing a lot of horror comedies this month, but I'm watching this movie for Halloween. But seriously, this movie is more of a Christmas movie than a Halloween movie. Even in the trailer, if you listen to the trailer at the top of the hour, at the top of the segment, this is the trailer the movie came out in November. You know, like close to Christmas time. This movie came out like November 22nd. You know, and like that's close to Christmas time. So this movie is more of a Christmas movie than a Halloween movie. I mean, like you even got the new Addams Family that's coming out, that Wednesday Addams, which I was like stoked to like review with the Addams Family, but then I could find out that comes out in November. You know, because like I'm really interested in the new Addams Family show. I think it's just about Wednesday. I think it's just called Wednesday, but the rest of the Addams Family is in it. So like I call it the new Addams Family show. But yeah, man. But that comes out in November, and this movie came out in November, very close to Christmas. I'm like, it even has a very wintry, gothic tone and look to it. You know, it's very dark, very like there's snow outside, you know, type of vibe to it. Like the first scene even has like Christmas carolers in it, you know, like people singing Christmas carols. But then they allude to the fact that the Addams Family poured like boiling hot acid on them. So just to show you how sick and twisted that family is. Just to show you that. But yeah, that's that. Let's talk about the opening scene. The opening scene after the credits, like we see Raul Julia flex his acting muscles as Gomez Addams. Like he delivers like a small monologue about Uncle Fester being gone and how much he misses him. Like it's a small scene, but it's an effective scene. You get a little bit of the plot point. You get a little bit about what's going on, and then we just get introduced to the rest of the family like one by one. Angelica Houston, just a straight fucking baddie as Morticia Addams. Like she's just oozing sex appeal from like the first frame, like the first shot of her is just oozing sex appeal. Like she owns this character. She owns this fucking character. Then we get introduced to Wednesday and Pugsley, the Addams Family kids, played by Christina Ricci and Jimmy Workman. But this is what I wanted to talk about. When I was a kid, I had a huge crush on Wednesday Addams. I don't know what it was with her, but I had a huge crush on her. She was like my gateway into liking like goth girls. You know, like, which is something that I'm trying to grow out of. But like, I got a soft spot. I like all women personally, but like I got a soft spot for goth chicks. I got a soft spot for them, and like Wednesday Addams like definitely played a big part in that. Wednesday and Pugsley have a very, very strange relationship. Because like they're less brother and sister and more mad scientist and science experiment, because Wednesday is very cruel to Pugsley to the point to where it's murderous. You know, it's like you think you hate your sibling. Wednesday wants to kill her sibling. You know, so poor Pugsley don't get no respect. You know, I will talk a little bit more about Pugsley a little bit later on. Gomez and Morticia, like they definitely into like some kinky sadomasochism shit. They do BDSM, and like you could tell they do that. Like you could tell there's a leather suit and a ball and gag in that house somewhere. Like somewhere. They're into like leather. They're into like tying each other up and gagging each other. You can tell that Gomez and Morticia be getting freaky in the Addams Family house. You know? Gomez and his lawyer have a sword fight out of nowhere. Because Gomez has a lawyer played by Dan Hedaya. He's a character actor. You may know him as the dad from Clueless. He also played, I think he also played Richard Nixon in a movie somewhere. I forgot. He does look like Richard Nixon, honestly. But, you know. But yeah, he plays Gomez Addams' lawyer. Gomez tries to sword fight him. First he tries to stab him. Like, he just straight up tries to fucking stab his lawyer. And then they have the sword fight. Like I said, Raul Julia, the late great Raul Julia, is just amazing in this fucking role, man. He's amazing. He just throws himself head first into this character. Like another person just owns the character. Like, Raul Julia is just amazing in this role. The lawyer is the bad guy of the movie. Spoiler alert, I'm not surprised by, it's not surprising, because, like, this motherfucker looks shady, like, he looks shady as fuck. Like, I guess, like, he's plotting to try to get the Addams Family fortune, or, like, some stupid shit like that. He's doing something like that. I'm like, but this is my question. I'm like, how did they make their fortune? Because, like, one, they barely leave the mansion. And two, they're a family of fucking maniacs. They're crazy. They're a crazy fucking family. Who gives them money? Like, who gives them fucking money? I don't get it. And like, who gives this fucking psychopathic family money? But anyway, the lawyer wants it. He wants the Addams Family fortune. Something I never noticed watching this as a kid. I never noticed that Christopher Lloyd was not playing Uncle Fester. Like, he wasn't playing Uncle Fester. This whole time, I thought he was just Uncle Fester. But it turns out, like, Uncle Fester's dead in this universe. Like, he's dead. Uncle Fester's dead. But, like, he shows up as a different character named Gordon Craven. That's who Christopher Lloyd is playing. He's playing Gordon Craven. He's playing a person who is an imposter. He goes undercover as Uncle Fester. Because, like, he and his mother are, like, basically con artists. And, like, they're working with the lawyer to get the family fortune. So they send Christopher Lloyd's character in as a mole to try and infiltrate the Addams Family, is what they do. This kind of turned into, like, a fucking crime drama. It kind of turned into a crime drama. Another thing I wanted to point out with this movie, like, this movie came out in 1991 and doesn't look old. It holds up. It holds up really good. And, like, I could probably tell you this movie came out in, like, 2019, and you would probably believe me. Like, that's how much this movie, like, holds up. I love how much Gomez loves Fester. And, like, it's also, like, the opposite of how Wednesday feels about Pugsley. Because, like, she tries to kill him every chance she gets. And, like, she does not like this motherfucker. And Pugsley is just going along with it. Poor Pugsley. But I'm going to talk about him later. Gomez and Morticia are super horny. Super duper horny. Like, they fuck more than Barack and Michelle Obama. Like, they fuck more than that. Like, I'm surprised that they don't have more kids than they do. I'm really surprised, because they fuck like rabbits. Like, they are always on top of each other. Another thing I like about this movie, I like how ominous the Addams Family gets when they start to catch on to Fester. When they start to realize that Uncle Fester ain't Uncle Fester. Like, it really gives you a hint of how dangerous this family can be. You know, like, I love it because like they all got those eyes. It's like, we gonna have to kill this motherfucker. They all get that eye. And Morticia shockingly is the scariest one. She's the scariest one because like she just straight up threatens Gordon. Like, and she does it in such a seductive way. Like, she's walking Gordon, aka Uncle Fester, through the cemetery, through like the Addams Family personal cemetery where the rest of the Addams family is buried. You know, and she's walking them through that, and she's pretty much threatening Gordon. It's like, she's just like, don't fuck with my family. She was like, I will kill you if you fuck with my family. Pretty much. She was like, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, she is scary. You know, still sexy, but scary. You know, Gordon's mother. Let's talk about Gordon's mother. Gordon's mother is very Mrs. Bates like. She's like Mrs. Bates from Psycho. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's where they got that idea for that character. Like, they got the idea for both these characters. Because Gordon is Norman Bates. He's very Norman Batesy. And his mother is like Mrs. Bates. So like I wouldn't be surprised if that's where they got that from. They got that from Psycho. I love how much the outside world annoys Gomez and Morticia. You know, I love it because the rest of the world is so bright and shiny, and it just gets under their skin. Because like whenever they get put into situations that ain't in the Addams Family mansion, they get real irritated. You know, I love it. Because like they have to go to Pugsley and Wednesday's school play, and they fucking hate every bit of it. They hate every minute of the school play. But the school play scene is by far the funniest scene in this whole goddamn movie. I love that scene. If you haven't watched the movie, go watch the movie. Watch that scene. Hilarious fucking scene. I love that scene. Let's talk about Christina Ricci. Christina Ricci is just the perfect Wednesday Addams, because she's such a creepy looking child. She is a creepy looking child with that big head and those big fucking eyes. Like, her eyes are huge and her head is fucking huge. And Christina Ricci hasn't grown into her head. She just hasn't. She just got older and her head's still big and her eyes are still big. You know? She still looks like that to this day. She's still a pretty girl. I'm not gonna lie. Christina Ricci is a pretty girl. But she's got big eyes and a big fucking head. You know? She never grew into that shit. She was literally born and made for this role. Literally. There's also an Addams Family reunion that comes out of nowhere. I was just blindsided by it. I was like, how do we get here? You know? Because it just happens out of nowhere. I'm like, what? Huh? What? They ain't even set this up. What the fuck? I'm like, that's how I was. Cousin It shows up to the party listening to MC Hammer. Maybe I was wrong about this movie aging well. MC fucking Hammer. But Cousin It is a straight up pimp. I love Cousin It. Cousin It is a pimp. He just shows up and becomes Mr. Steal Your Girl, because he just takes the lawyer's wife. He's like, hey man, hey, you done with her? You done with her? He was like, the Mac. If you ever seen the movie The Mac, Max Julian. There's an actor named Max Julian. He's in this old pimp movie called The Mac. The lawyer was Pretty Tony, and Cousin It was Max Julian's character. You know, I think his name was Goldie. It's Goldie. Cousin It is Goldie. You know, and Cousin It was looking at him like, hey, don't fight this. Don't fight this. Your bitch just chose me. You know, you can handle this like gentlemen, or we can get into some real gangster shit. Choice is yours. And so, and he just took his wife. took the lawyer's wife. I'm like, cousin It is a straight up player. Pippin. But anyway, let's talk about Raul Julia. Raul Julia, I can't gush enough about Raul Julia in this movie. Raul Julia and Christopher Lloyd has such comedic chemistry together. Like, it's like they're great together every time they're on screen. Every time they do something on screen, you could just like feel the energy radiating off of both of them. You know, like it's just like the love that Gomez has for Festa. You know, it just radiates off the screen. You know, like, and they're just a great comedic duo together. Talk more about Gordon's mom. Like, Gordon's mom has an Oedipus complex, like a motherfucker. Like, she's just creepy. Cause like, there's even like a scene in there where I was like, Gordon and his mom about to kiss, you know? Cause like, she's sitting on the bed, and I think like she's just like, I think she thinks that she's losing him. Like, he's like actually getting involved with his family. Like, he's starting to like the family, and he doesn't want to go through with the plan of taking their money. And she's like, oh, you don't want to do it anymore. I've lost you, or something like that. And he just gets on the bed, and like, he's real close to her fucking neck. I was like, nigga, you gonna kiss your mama on the goddamn neck? I was like, you gonna make out with your mama? I was like, you know, luckily they didn't do that, but it was real creepy. It was really fucking creepy looking. I didn't like that shit. Let's talk about Pugsley. Pugsley is the most useless character in this movie. Like, I'm sorry. I know I spent this whole time building up Pugsley, talking about Pugsley don't get no goddamn respect, you know, and shit like that, but he doesn't deserve respect. He's useless. You know, like, he doesn't do shit. I don't know what he did on the TV show, but here he has absolutely nothing to do. Nothing to do. He is totally fucking useless here. Sorry for the kid. Sorry for him. They also play a lot of MC Hammer in this movie. So, like, I definitely take back that Agent Well comment. You know, I take that shit back, because MC Hammer is the most 90s thing you could ever fucking think of. You know, very 90s. I'm like, MC Hammer really did do everything in the 90s. Like, he did every fucking thing. But, yeah. MC Hammer, everybody, MC Hammer. But the last 30 minutes of this movie kind of dragged to me. You know, like, that's the weak spot of this movie, is the last 30 minutes. Like, the Addams Family having to get jobs plot point, like, that just falls flat to me, and it doesn't last long either. Like it just it was very much a plot from a sitcom, like a one-off episode of a sitcom. It's like, oh, the Addams Family gotta go get jobs, you know, and shit like that, you know. And once again, Raul Julia does his best to save it. He does his best to save this goddamn plot point, you know, because he's like just the fucking depressed dad, you know, like how men get, because like this is how men get depressed after they lose their job or lose whatever, you know, because like I think they lose their house, and he just loses all hope, you know, and he's just sitting there eating fucking M&Ms in his fucking underwear, you know, and shit, watching Sally Jesse Raphael, you know. He was just watching a fucking watching talk shows all day, and he's just, and like Morticia has to go and get a job and shit like that. So like he's just sitting there so depressed, and like Raul Julia just sells it. He sells the fuck out of it. Like, Raul Julia really is the MVP of this movie. He really is. Oh, like, kudos to Raul Julia for making this fucking movie work. He's the best part of this goddamn movie. Overall, I think this is a well put together movie. This is a well put together movie for a first time director, by the way. Very, very well put together, but it didn't make me laugh very much. I got a few chuckles, but I never got full-on laughter, except the, like I said, except the school play scene. The school play scene made me bust up laughing. I love that scene. But a lot of it didn't make me laugh that much. The acting is top notch, like from mostly everyone. Like acting top notch. Like I said, Raul Julia, the MVP of the whole goddamn movie. That man took dialogue that would sound silly coming out of a lesser actor's mouth and made it sound like Shakespeare. You know, made it sound like Shakespeare, man. Like he killed this role. He did the damn thing with this role, man. I do think it's a movie to watch that's fun. Like, it's a fun watch. You know, like, if you want to watch something that's just fun, you know, like, I give it that. It's not gonna make you laugh, depending on who you are, because maybe that's just me. It didn't make me laugh very much, but it was fun to watch. So, on that note, I give it a 4 out of 5. Join me next week when I talk about 2001's Training Day, because you know what the month of November is. It's Oscar month. So Oscar month, I am going to start off with Training Day from 2001, starring Denzel Washington. So until next time, peace.